upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. See, so they military strength gives nations false confidence. So the military strength give nations America a false confidence. Weapons create an illusion of invincibility, but no army can fight against divine judgment. History proved this repeatedly. Empires fall regardless of their power. Okay, that's good. Second Ezra chapter 13. Let me see here. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 13. It said, I'm going to start at 11. It said, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy the land, all the land thereof. So the Lord is plaguing this place, man. It said, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall bring upon it. Verse 13, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with the fearful consolation. Verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, hey, by them, this war, and all this, the economy is collapsing, man. And, you know, with them collapsing this economy, man, it's going to bring about famine, and the storehouses are going to be empty. You're going to have checkpoints everywhere. Gonna be just like in that movie Civil War that the brothers gonna be talking about. I haven't seen it yet, but this is what's coming, man, to America. Hold on here. It goes to Second Ezra chapter 13. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 33. That's the one I wanted. I'm going to start at 32. It said, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. Verse 33, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another. So they're going to all come together and try to come up against the Lord, man. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 36. I'm going to start at 35 again. It said, and he swore upon the Chaldeans, said Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. So the sword is the sword of destruction will strike the Babylonians, talking about the Americans, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. It will strike the people of Babylon, her officials, and wise men too. So the wise men talking about their leadership, they Congress and senators and all they political people. or they advisors, and you know what I'm saying? Verse 36, a sword is upon the liar. Say what? The liar, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. So these mighty men, these wise men, these comers like Lindsey Graham, them, all them, they gonna be doting. All right? It says the sword will strike her wise counselors, and they will become fools. You see? The sword will strike her mightiest warriors, and panic will seize them. See? So the Most High does not struggle. It said the Most High does not struggle to bring down empires. Their fall is effortless when judgment is decreed, see? So it said economic systems are the backbone of empire control. When they collapse, everything follows. Money becomes the chain that binds nations. Debt is used as a weapon of submission, but this system is not eternal. Let's go to Revelation. Hold on, y'all, bear with me here. Revelation chapter 18, verses I'm gonna start at 10. So this is talking about Babylon, for Babylon to lament. Revelation chapter 18, verses 9. It reads, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, that great city Babylon, talking about America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. So the Lord ain't gonna take the Lord but one hour to bring down this whole infrastructure. Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. So this showed a sudden economic collapse. Global trade halts. The merchants suffer losses. The system that's going on now, they done started right now. The system that enriched elites crashes. Okay? This reflects modern global capitalism. When Babylon falls, the world economy follows. So this is what's coming. The mourning is not for people, but but for lost profits. This exposes the greed at the heart of the system. Let's get one more and then we'll go back and watch some more of the video. Let's get James chapter 5. It said, go now, ye rich men, and weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. So the Lord said, look here, you rich people. Weep, say what? Weep and groan with anguish because of all the terrible troubles ahead of you. So, man, the Lord said, weep, man, for all the terrible troubles that's coming your way. Huh. So, the wealthy are warned in advance. Their riches cannot save them from judgment, you see? Okay, let's go back and watch some more of this video.
Which the U.S. is supposed to dominate, it's no longer capable of doing effectively.
Yeah, well, Alina, anything you want to follow up with that, given the fact that we heard, even CENTCOM, they deleted everything. They tried to deny that this happened. They've been denying everything that's been going on, essentially, that Iran claims they've been hitting and striking when it comes to U.S. aircraft. But your reaction?
The heating value of the fast carbon, which is Frontier's solid carbon product, is greatly enhanced over that of the coal. It's cleaner to burn and has a much higher heating value. So you would need to burn less up. So it makes it much more efficient to use as a fuel. We're able to cap.
Yeah, I think I would agree with everything that KJ said. Up until this point, we've seen the United States engage in obviously a general kind of blackout with regards to what is actually going on and regurgitating the same information of, we've defeated Iran's defense capacities, we have air dominance, and we've destroyed the Navy. I mean, part and parcel of this as well is obviously overestimating or rather artificially inflating what the Iranian Navy was to begin with in order to create the sort of faux idea of a victory, which the United States really needs. But ultimately, what we're seeing right now is the actual successful application of Iran's military strategy, which was always to obviously completely destroy its command and communication centers within the region, because all the bases that were hit, all the radar systems that were hit, operationally speaking, these are the systems that are used in order to conduct these sorts of operations. And right now, I mean, this has been reported even in Israeli media, as well as obviously in the United States, not the United States, mostly by Israeli media, is that the United States is acting partially blind, if not more so than that. And these are the kind of implications that are going to basically continue to unravel, because the United States no longer has that ability to be able to communicate with regards to its operations within Iran. So if anything, this actually goes to show that Iran's strategy has been successful, that everything that Iran has stated up until this point in time, or at least the vast majority of it in terms of its strikes have been accurate. And if the United States continues to operate within the region, given how severely damaged and impacted its military infrastructures have been, because I think it was the New York Times that actually reported around 11 bases have been incredibly damaged as well. 11 U.S. bases in the region have been completely.
I think it was 13, Alina. I think it was even more than that. I think it was 13, but continue.
I read it was 11 out of 13, but I could be wrong. That was the sum that I remember. But if it's 13, it could very well have been 13. And we're also seeing the images that are coming out as well of Saudi Arabia and the sort of damage that's been done to the bases there. So I agree with everything that KJ said. This is completely contradictory to everything that Trump Trump said in his speech with regards to how successful the U.S. has been in the region. So yeah, it's been interesting to see these developments.
Yeah, well, KJ, I just wanted to pull this up. This is, according to Iranian media, the summary of what Iran has hit in this about, 33, 34 days since February 28th. 4 F-15s, 3 in Kuwait, 1 in Tehran. Of course, CENTCOM said that it was friendly fire. Kuwaiti air defense is mistaking something of that sort. F-16, 2 now, including 1 over Tehran. F-18 fighter jet and 2 F-35s. They're claiming they have struck. They're not claiming they necessarily downed them or that they caused them to crash, but they say that they hit them. So how does this go along, though, KJ, with this notion of a ground operation? Because Donald Trump said 2 to 4 weeks of sending Iran back to the Stone Ages, but yet the U.S. just
proud, boy.
Sent thousands upon thousands of paratroopers and Marines, ostensibly for something.
Man, he's sending them people over there in a meat grinder, man. Them Iranians are waiting on their head to come over there.
And yet Iran has just demonstrated that it has pretty heavy defenses along its coast, in being able to shoot down this fighter jet. Your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, so as you pointed out in the graphic, the 9 jets have been shot down. That's probably over $1 billion worth of hardware. plus 5 radar, THAAD radar systems seem to have been disabled. They literally had to rob Peter to pay Paul. They had to pull THAAD out of Korea and move it probably to Jordan. And then we also know that the AWACS have been disabled. So the US is literally fighting blind. And if you want to think of this as like a cage match or as, a martial arts fight, not only have been blinded, when I say blinded, I don't mean a cut, I mean like a detached retina. Their legs have been cut out. They don't have their bases anymore. Their arms are tiring. They're no longer capable of blocking effectively. In fact, Rusi recently came out with an article on the expected schedule of depletion of major interceptors, and none of the picture looks good. They're all heading towards depletion. And so having lost your legs, having been blinded, and having your arms no longer being able to block, if you think that you can go to the ground and have a ground game, I think that is an act of madness, because that is exactly what Iran wants. It is exactly where Iran will have the greatest advantage. They have an extraordinarily large army. And if you send in a few thousand Rangers and Marines, 82nd, 101st, I don't think it's going to make a difference. In fact, it's going to be a suicide run. So it's not clear what the US is planning with its ground attack. But I think back to Douglas MacArthur, who said that anybody who is thinking about waging a land war in Asia needs to have their head examined. This is from MacArthur, who actually did it himself. And so I think it's an act of madness. I think it's a suicide run. I have no idea what the game plan in that. But if the air war and the sea war are any indication, any attempt at a ground attack will result in even greater military catastrophe.
This powder does 3 things that they will charge you $10,000 for.
Right,
but the FDA approved it. So
result in even greater military catastrophe.
Yeah, Alina, I just wanted to pull this up from Al Mayadeen, because they have an image actually that is going around. There's the ejection seat, or one of them, for the 2 crew members. And not only this, Alina, they're also claiming, Iran is, that they also shot down an F-35 over a stealth fighter over central Iran in the last 24 hours. That is not being confirmed. It's unclear whether that's Israeli. It's unclear whether that's U.S. I mean, it's of course a U.S. fighter aircraft, but Israel has F-35s, both the U.S. and the U.S. does. So that has not been verified by the U.S.-Israeli side, but nonetheless, this appears to be a disastrous day, and I'm wondering what you see as going through the minds right now, given that there's a promise that this is going to last 2 to 4 more weeks of the empire of Israel, as these developments just keep on rolling. They keep on occurring, and many have noted in the Telegraph, all across mainstream media, that it seems like Trump is on the defensive, and Trump and his administration seem to be desperate at this point. Without an off-ramp.
Yeah, I would agree. So it's interesting to see what the United States is going to accomplish at this particular stage. So if they try a ground invasion, or to continually bomb Iran into oblivion, or rather back into the Stone Age, which is what actually Trump had said in his speech, was it the other day? Their main ambition at this particular point in time, the way I see it, is to try to inflict as much damage and destruction to Iran as possible. That being to destroy their infrastructure, oil infrastructure. We're seeing obviously the destruction of universities, hospitals. They had actually even bombed, I think it was a cancer center, a research center. So the entire basis of the Israeli-US coalition at the moment in its imperialist war in Iran is fundamentally to be able to inflict as much humanitarian catastrophe on the people of Iran. Given the fact that there is no other way by which they can actually accomplish their main goal, which was regime change, which obviously has been ruled out now pretty much in the earth.
So, America, man, the Lord withdrew his blessing from these devils, man. He used them to punish us. But now we at the end of this man reign of terror on the earth, man. So the Lord is blinded the devil, man. Where he's finna get worse for the American army, man. Okay, let's go to 2 Kings chapter. Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at 18. It said, and when they came down to him, Elijah prayed unto Yahweh and said, smite this people. Say what? Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elijah. Verse 19, and Elijah said unto them, this is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. Verse 20. And it came to pass when they were coming to Samaria that Elijah said, Yahweh, open the eyes of these men that they may see. And Yahweh opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, they were in the midst of Samaria. Verse 21, and the kings of Israel said unto Elijah, when he saw them, my father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? Verse 22, and he answered, thou shalt not smite them. Wouldst thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with the sword, with thy sword, and with thy bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink and go to their master. Verse 23, and he prepared a great provision for them, and when they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away, and they went to their master. So the band of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. So the point is that the Lord treats armies fighting blindly, either physically blinded or spiritually ignorant. So hey, American army is spiritually blinded and spiritually ignorant, as subject of his supreme control and power, you see. So 2 Kings chapter 18, verse 20, through 23, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai struck a hostile army with blindness in response to Elijah's prayer. So by the brothers, man, going out and prophesying and praying the downfall of this place, man, the Lord is moving. You see? It says, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai struck a hostile army with blindness in response to Elijah's prayer. See? Showing he can disarm foes, and that the ultimate battle is his. See? Demanding faith rather than panic. See? So that's why, I was saying the other day, man, we got to prophesy, man, the downfall of this wicked ass place, man. You got 2/3 of our people, man, they comfortable here, man. They love this shit, man. They say, we love him, we can't get enough of him. So these niggas finna die along with this nigga, man. Okay? So to keep biblical perspective on the blind armies, physical blindness as divine intervention, when Armenian armies surrounded Elijah, the Lord struck them with blindness at Elijah's request, see? Demonstrating that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is the ultimate protector and can neutralize forces targeting his people, see? So leading the blindest enemy to mercy, it said, instead of destroying the blinded army, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua guided Elijah to lead them safely to Samaria when they were fed and released, highlighting themes of mercy, compassion, and divine control over war. Okay, 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 21 through 23. So spiritual blindness and fear. So the Bible indicates that those fighting against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are often blind to the spiritual reality surrounding them. See? So America, man, they army is man, that's the fact. This is the case right now. Such as chariots of fire, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua encouraged his people not to be afraid of such blind forces, because those with believers are more than those with them. See? So let's close right here. Let's close in Second Chronicles. Let's get that, and then we'll close with a prayer. Second Chronicles chapter 20, verse 15. It said, and he said, hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people first before a city or a state. So the Lord is telling his people to hearken. Mean pay attention. It says to Jerusalem, and thou, it said, let me go back and read it from the top. It said, and he said, hearken ye, all Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thus saith Yahweh unto you, be not afraid nor dismayed by reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. See? Let's get tomorrow. It said tomorrow go ye down against them. Behold, they come up by the cliff of Ziz, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Jeru. It said, and ye shall not need to fight in this battle. Set yourselves, stand ye still. Say what? Stand ye still and see the salvation of Yahweh with you, O Judah and Jerusalem, and fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for Yahweh will be with you. See? So, hey, man, we ain't got to do nothing but, man, just continue to do the work and follow the ordinance to the best of our ability, man. And the Lord told us to prophesy. Start with the elder apostles and the bishops and the like-minded men on down. So that's what we doing, as commanded to do so. And the Lord is giving us, promised us divine intervention, man. We got a covering. But those that ain't doing what's written in this book, they ain't got a sword against them, man. The Lord gonna destroy them, man. They're gonna die in this great tribulation that we're in right now, as I'm speaking. All right? So I hope y'all was edified with the lesson, man. I ain't mean to be rushing, man, because like I said, my other phone it stopped in the middle of the video. So I'm gonna have to, later on, Lord put the spirit on me, I'm going to come back with another lesson. So let's get a prayer in. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, 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 call lawyer Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekak Kadash. All heavenly praise and honor and glory go to Yahweh, Bahashem. That means coming in the name of Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, coming in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Lashawan Kadash. All right. So, and may Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai be with us all in double honors and double honors to all the elder apostles and bishops of GMS who rule well. And third, I would like to say shalom, shalom, shalom to all the like-minded men on down as myself that pushing his word in truth, sincerity. I said shalom, shalom. And fourth, I would like to say shalom, shalom, shalom to all the like-minded sisters and the brothers that's on my page that's, trying to come back to their power. And, may the Lord, act for discernment. May the Lord be with them and guide them and reveal more to them that they can change and come back to the Lord with the best of their ability. And for the younger women to teach for the elder women to teach the younger women what they need to do in order to get that divine covering. And may Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai continue to be with us as we go further into the great tribulation. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm out.